people know inherently how to eat. Your body tells you how to eat. You just don't have time.
You don't have time.
I know a lot of algebra, but I don't have time to figure it out every single time. Like, it's just easier if someone does the math problem for me. And I think that's the problem we're solving. We're just doing the math problem for you and say, here's the answer. It's not that you can't do it. So you have other things to do.
You got a business to run.
Right.
Right? You have a family to raise. You've got, whatever, a career to focus on. It's owned by two people, only the two of us. He's a chef, so he can make great food that you actually want to eat. And I'm a doctor, so I can help give you some advice and some recommendations. We see lots of clients with diabetes, pre-diabetic, celiac, Crohn's, malabsorption, cancer, you name it. And these are people who at some levels think that they're just done. Like, where they're at now and how they feel is their normal. I'm very more the analytical, the black and white, it is or it isn't, and we just need to figure it out. And he's the, I don't know, I just spend money and make food, right? I don't have to worry about it. And it works.
We're in a very fortunate spot now that I do get that opportunity to just spend money, and it all works out because of the structure that Jason put in place.
And we have, at this point, our team is pretty stellar, right? But it took a lot to get here. Evolve is 9 years in the making, from a small townhome to our first A-frame commercial space that was insanely small as well, and the pipes collapsed underneath the building that we didn't know, in the commercial lease that we were responsible for. Like, so we've had all of these obstacles and all these struggles, like all business owners do. But at the end of the day, it's, okay, we got a struggle, and it's how do we get past it? That was one of the hardest lessons when we first started the business, right? Everyone made $10 an hour or $15 an hour. And, it was always such a big deal to find somebody who was that next level. But in order to take the business to the next level, you have to have that next level employee. And we call it stretching here. And sometimes we have to sit back and say, you know what? This may not be in the budget. We may not have the funds for this employee, but I really think this is an opportunity where we need to stretch so that we can really get to the next level.
And then set some parameters and some guidelines and some goals to ensure that your stretching is giving a return.
It's just percentages. If it matches, it matches. It doesn't really matter. Just get it in the percentages. And we try to shoot our numbers every week. But there are some weeks that we are really far off. Like, there was a week we had $30,000 of excess food that was produced in 1 week because our numbers and our spreadsheet was off. And it is what it is. And so for us, we just have great partnerships with charitable organizations because our food is all fresh and not frozen. We can't just freeze it and say, oh, we'll do it next week. No, it's fresh. It's done.
Harvesters loved us.
Harvesters loves us. And we are fortunate that we're able to give back. And it's a good but a bad at the same time, right? No business wants to say, oh my gosh, I just overproduced $30,000 worth of food. You can't just sit there and wait. You can't wait for somebody to hand it to you. You can't wait to perfect it. Fail forward, get it figured out. COVID's been really hard. It's really hard for all businesses, and in particular, I think food-related businesses. For us, once COVID hit, we really started to pivot and change and say, okay, this is coming. What do we do and how do we solve it? A lot of restaurants said, okay, great, we're going to stay open, but we're going to do delivery only, right? And those are the restaurants that are surviving through this. For us, we said, okay, it's coming. Now we need to get more delivery direct to consumers, as opposed to having our brick and mortar stores open. Our brick and mortar stores took a 70% hit. We're still down 30, 40, 50% at our stores. The traffic just isn't there. People aren't working in an office, and you can't have a restaurant that's makes its revenue based on all the employees working around it and have them gone and still think you're going to make money, right? It's a completely different environment.
I don't know what's ahead, but I know it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah,
I think if you would have asked me 9 years ago, if this is what it's going to be in 9 years, are you interested? And I don't know that I would have said yes, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun. Having the time of my life. You have to be a little bit crazy to do it, I guess. And maybe that's what makes us different, is we're a little bit just enough crazy just to try it.
Because there's new diets, there's new fads, there's things that are coming out, we don't want to be stuck in the paleo. Like, we don't want to be just the paleo guys. We're the clean eating, healthy food guys. That's what we are.
That can support your diet, that whatever you're doing.
Whatever that is. And so for us, it's just grow. We're constantly doing renovations and tweaking our systems and upgrading websites, and maybe it's putting another one of these facilities on the east or west coast. Maybe that's the next phase for us. But it's like Caleb says, it's we continue to hustle, we continue to work hard, we don't take no for an answer, and we find a way around what we need to get it done.